Hey everybody, I'm going to be making a much more in-depth breakdown and analysis of this change, but I generally want to speak right now about transitioning from Russell Wilson to Jaxson Dart and what that means schematically, because a lot of people are talking about it right now, but they're talking about it very vaguely, right? A lot of media heads are just going out and saying, well, Dart's going to be better for you because he's got these great legs, but that doesn't really say anything. So let's get into actually what you can see that will be different. Now, the biggest thing that I want to talk about is the fact that Russell Wilson was somebody that was either throwing deep or was throwing the check down. And the reason for that is because he can't see over the middle of the field. I mean, this was a glaring problem. Even in his biggest game, the Dallas game, he did not throw over the middle once, except for open seams deep down the field. And even those were just deep passes. That doesn't really count for a crosser or a slant or an in-breaker over the middle of the field. He can't see those kind of routes, which is why they took them out after the Commanders game. The Commanders game, you saw a few of those. After that, no more of those. So, what can we expect out of Jaxson Dart to change the trajectory of this kind of offense? I think the biggest thing you can see is much more RPOs, right? Much more play action, really letting Cam Scatterboo just get chunks of yardage and just trusting Jaxson Dart to operate the quick game. Throwing to the flat, high tempo stuff, throwing slants. You're going to see Malik Neighbors' route tree expand so much more from just going from go route, go route, go route to actual different stuff, more creativity. You're going to see corner routes. You're going to see posts, in breakers. You're going to see it all. And on top of that, that's going to be a big weapon for Jaxson Dart because he's going to know how to manipulate things through Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors has already broken out to be a top 5 wide receiver, and he draws so much gravity from defenses that Jaxson Dart's going to know how to manipulate that, especially over the middle of the field. If they throw Malik Neighbors on a go route and they've got plenty of open field for him to either run through the middle of the field or throw something to Theo Johnson the flat, that's going to be beneficial for this offense. You don't get any of that with Russell Wilson because, as I said before, it's primarily check down or deep ball. Because of his lack of athleticness, he doesn't have that ability to run fast or try to run for a first down without trying to take a little bit of contact. And on top of that, he's just not somebody that can actually physically see the middle of the field. Jaxson Dart can't. And on top of that, he's somebody who will stand in the pocket until something comes open and knows instinctively when to take off running. And he will run much better than Russell Wilson. So scheme-wise, what are you going to see? You're going to see a lot of RPO, quick stuff. Tons of quick game stuff, especially going up against the Jesse Minter's defense. The things you'd see that are a little bit more flashy, maybe you'll see some more sail concepts, stuff like mesh, like elements of an air raid offense, similar stuff you might have seen out of the Ole Miss playbook, stuff similar to Lane Kiffin, but not over the top, because defenses will be over that stuff. They will know what's going on. But I would say generally expect more flood, sail-type concepts when the deep half of the field is open because of Dart's quick game. And he can handle a quick game pretty well. It was a big question I had about him back at Ole Miss because I thought, frankly, at Ole Miss, he wasn't that great at the quick game. But you've seen him really start to understand that better in the preseason and just through training camp and practice. So we'll see how that actually affects the actual field when we see him go up against like a very high level defense of Jesse Minter's. But overall, I think he'll do well. There will be struggles, but what you're going to see generally is a much more wide open passing game. This is the ultimate chance for the Giants to be a volatile offense. No more of limitations that you'd see from Russ. This is Dart, Malik Neighbors, and Cam Scatterboo's offense. This is them. This is exactly what you want. So expect everything, but mostly expect a quick game.